it is time for me to do a system cleanup because my PC is feeling a little bit slow, plus almost all of my drives are getting full. Now, usually I would just go ahead and do a system cleanup using one of my favorite system cleanup tool. It is called Microsoft PC Manager. Before this, I was actually using the BleachBit. It's a free and open source software. And just recently, it got a big update. It's version 6. This release represents months of development work with over 100 improvements and fixes. So this is a big update for BleachBit. And it is probably one and only the best free and open source system cleanup tool that is available for Windows and Linux. Yes, it is also available for Linux. And according to them, there are like over 100 improvements and fixes. So we're going to compare the Microsoft PC Manager app with BleachBit 6. So let's launch BleachBit and Microsoft PC Manager. Comparing this should be pretty easy. We're just going to do a deep scan on both. For the deep scan in BleachBit, we have to enable the expert mode. Let's not do that. We're going to use the default. So let's actually do a preview. It's like a scan before you actually do a system cleanup. In PC Manager, look at that. Almost like 102 gigabytes of items that we can clean. Let's select recommended all, other system items all, other applications. One of the best thing about the PC Manager app is that it also supports third-party applications like Node.js, NVIDIA, Epic Games, Firefox, PowerToys, LM Studio, and there are more. So computer usage traces. Let's select all of that. And almost 88 gigabytes is actually from the recycle bin. Let's not select that. Even if you don't select the recycle bin, almost 14 gigabytes can be cleaned. That's nice. And let's see what we have in the BleachBit. In BleachBit, we can clean up to 101 gigabytes. Almost same as PC Manager app. Wow. Okay. Let's not clean the recycle bin and let's see what happens. Okay, let's do the preview without selecting the recycle bin in BleachBit. 6 gigabytes can be cleaned. Where in PC Manager app, we can clean almost 14 gigabytes. That's double. One thing that BleachBit is doing better right now is it is cleaning recycle bin of other drives too, not only C drive. So by default, it looks like the Microsoft PC Manager app is better because it does deeper cleanup than the BleachBit. The storage that we can clean up in Microsoft PC Manager is more than double. Now let's actually try out the expert mode of BleachBit. If we go to preferences and in general under integration and advanced, we have an expert mode. We can select that. It gives us a warning. Expert mode enables advanced features and relaxes guardrails. Use extra caution in expert mode. So we have to be careful when we use the expert mode. Let's do enable anyway, which I don't recommend for normal users because it can actually delete the browser passwords and all that if you're not careful. And now if we do the preview, I think we're gonna get the same results. Yeah, we are getting the same results. So basically when you enable the expert mode, the things that you couldn't select without the expert mode, like the free space and passwords, are now selectable. Usually you don't want to select the passwords because it will delete all your passwords that you have saved in your browser. So I'm not going to select that, but we do have this option, free space, which will actually, it gives us a warning here when we select that. Wiping empty space removes traces of files that were deleted without shredding, but it will not free additional space. The process can take very long time and may temporarily slow your computer. It is not necessary if your drive is protected with full disk encryption. The method works on traditional hard drives, on solid state drives, or basically SSDs. It is less reliable and frequent use contributes to wear, which means it can damage your hard drive. So if it does that, I don't want to do that because my drives are actually running fine and I don't want to shred it because it also takes some time. But we can select the deep scan option here at the top since we have the expert mode. So it's gonna give us a warning when we select all of the deep scan options in here. I think the preview will take some time. What? Even after selecting the deep scan, it only shows 6.2 gigabytes. What happened to the deep scan? What I'm gonna do is actually deselect everything else in here and only select the deep scan. let's do the preview. 1 megabytes. Nah, these are like backup files. We can see here it says .bak. So basically the PC Manager app is better, straightforward. You don't have to go and enable any advanced options. I'm not gonna say BleachBit is bad, okay? It's the one and only free and open source software that's actually pretty good. But I feel like the PC Manager app is more powerful because it cleans more files somehow. It is probably because of it can clean up other applications items. You can see almost 6 gigabytes of storage can be cleaned from the other applications like the Node.js, NVIDIA, Epic Games and all that. And it's by the Microsoft, so they know more about Windows, so they can do better system cleanup basically. And one surprise, I've also done a video actually. If you go to app section and go to deep uninstall, it can also clean up the registry entries. When you uninstall a program, it also cleans the registry entry of that program. So this is the one and only official registry cleaner from Microsoft that's safe to use. And it is the best possible way to do a registry cleanup, because when you uninstall a program, it can track where the registry entry is and do the cleanup. Now, there is another open source program called Fluent Cleaner, which is a free and open source alternative to CCleaner. I actually did a video in this. So let's actually test this against the PC Manager app. And I feel like this is going to be better than BleachBit somehow. Let me show you guys why. Almost everything is selected by default. Okay, there are some other options too. So let's do a analyze first to see how many gigabytes of files we can clean up. Okay, so it shows you the live preview of each files that it's gonna clean up. I should have unselected the recycle bin. And it even cleans up the PC Manager app. That's like 12 megabytes. Let's find the recycle bin. So if we exclude the recycle bin, it's almost like 12 gigabytes. Look at that. That's really close to PC Manager app. There is this thing called WinApp 2. That's what they use. This is a community-driven database to clean up the system. And it is something that almost all the system cleanup tools use, like the BleachBit or CCleaner. Almost everybody uses this same thing. And there is a new one coming. It's under experimental. It's WinApp 3. You can actually enable this, but it says it's more aggressive entries, use at your own risk. So you have to be careful using that. So by default, it looks like Fluent Cleaner is actually more powerful than the BleachBit. It's actually almost as good as the PC Manager app. And there are some differences between BleachBit, Fluent Cleaner, and PC Manager app. Some of these things will be cleaned differently. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, since the PC Manager app is completely safe, by default, you don't have to go into advanced settings and tinker anything. I can just go ahead and proceed. Let's actually also clean up the recycle bin because I need to clean that. So let's click on proceed. Okay, it's clean and it says the Chrome was not closed. Let's do the Chrome cleanup too, actually. Okay, just like that, everything is cleaned. It also has a boost option. There is a health check option, which checks all the different things that you need to do, like the cleanup, your network, and everything. 106 usage traces can be cleaned. 8 apps recommended for uninstallation. The apps that you may not have opened for a long time. Wow, it's pretty good. And I have actually not used any of these apps for a long time, like Audacity, Visual Studio, Chrome Canary. I can uninstall them. So there are good suggestions. Now let's do a analyze on the Fluent Cleaner and let's see how much gigabytes it finds. Look at that. It found 6 gigabytes of files. So this is what I mean by how these system cleanup tools work differently. What is the biggest file that I can clean up? It's probably at the top. NVIDIA update files. That's another big one. Microsoft Outlook. Okay, that's another big one. Okay, these are the main 3 files that are big. I thought that Microsoft PC Manager app did better on the NVIDIA cleanup. I guess it didn't. So let's actually claim the additional 6 gigabytes by running the cleaner. Cleaning warning. So this is for the Steam installers. I don't have any games that are pending on Steam, so it also does the Steam cleaner. You know, once the game is downloaded, Steam still keeps the installers on the system. So yeah, this is actually great. So let's hit continue and claim additional 6 gigabytes. So now I feel like I need to use 2 system cleanup tools. One, Fluent Cleaner for additional leftovers, and as a main, the PC Manager app, because overall it's the safest method. You don't have to tinker with any advanced options or warnings. It's like clean and safe and does pretty good job at cleaning. And it also has more features, like you can uninstall apps with registry entries. If you go to storage section, and you can also manage downloaded files. You can also manage duplicate files. You can also find large files. It basically has all the options you need to do a proper system cleanup. I think it's been a month since I did the system cleanup. So let's go to this drive, and yeah, my C drive is breathing a little bit better now. 174 gigabytes free storage left. Yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and have fun. Bye-bye.